In this module, I just want to go over the syllabus that you can download. As I noted, I'll be updating it a little bit. I still have some lectures that I need to post links to and so on. So when I update the syllabus, I'll make sure to notify you that a new version has been posted. Here's my name, link to sending me an email, and a link to the external website. Now, the website is how I normally run my classes during a regular term, and it contains the same sorts of resources that you'll find on the Beachboard page, with the exception of pages that have GIFs of all the lecture slides. Discussion of my goals for the course. I'm hoping that as a result of taking this course, you'll learn how to think clearly, critically, and cogently about abstract issues, that you'll develop skill in analyzing and interpreting philosophical texts, that you develop skill in applying the methods of philosophy, including identifying arguments and distinguishing them from non-arguments, explaining the difference between unfounded opinion and beliefs based on rational grounds, assessing evidence and evaluating arguments. And finally, I hope you'll come to demonstrate an understanding of some of the major philosophical problems and their implications for the nature of human existence. The prerequisites are here. If you got into the course, you probably satisfied those. Most of the readings, or versions of most of the readings, can be found in this volume here, Introduction to Philosophy, Classical and Contemporary Readings. It's a very good volume, edited by John Perry, Michael Brackman, and John Martin Fisher. This is the 7th edition. Here's the 6th edition. If you can afford it, I encourage you to buy it, even a used copy, for your own use. Course grades are going to be based upon weekly quizzes, labs, and discussion questions. And there'll be at least 2 of those every week. A quiz and a lab, a quiz and a discussion section, or even just a couple of quizzes. And they will contribute 55% of your grade overall. In addition to that, on every 2 weeks, there'll be a test. Each test will contribute 15% of your grade, and so the test will contribute an overall 45% of your grade. Grades are going to be assigned on a sort of standard percentage basis. 90 to 100% will be an A, 89 to 80, a B, and so on. There is a caveat to this, that I do in fact have extra credit assignments. There'll be an extra credit assignment that can contribute to the grade for each test, and there'll be extra credit assignments that can contribute to your overall weekly quiz, lab, and discussion grades as well. So if you do bad on an assignment, it isn't necessarily devastating. There are a fair number of assignments, but there's also ways to make up some points through completion of extra credit assignments. As I said, you can communicate with me through email and on the Beachboard course questions forum, and I'll do my best to respond within 24 hours to any questions that are sent to me by email or through the Beachboard forum. I have the standard accessibility policy. I'm happy to accommodate any students with disabilities. It is, however, your responsibility to inform me of your disability and the need for accommodation. The Office of Disabled Student Services serves as an information source and evaluates your needs, and DSS often proctors tests for students with disabilities, though in this particular case with Beachboard, I think probably what would happen is I'd have to modify the tests and quizzes to accommodate you. In the syllabus here, I break up the course schedule into weeks, and then I have you complete things in a particular order. So you start off by doing the video orientation for this class. You're almost done with that. Congratulations. Then I ask you to read one of the entries on the Reading and Writing Philosophy Papers page. Then I ask you to complete the Study Habits Inventory. Then complete the On the Value of Philosophy reading. And then take a look at the lectures covering that reading. And finally, take the Beach Board quiz on that article. I'll have all the assignments due by 8 p.m. on Friday of a given week. So make sure that you give yourself plenty of time. Start early. You can finish early. All the assignments will become available. All the readings will always be available. All the lectures will always be available prior to the week. But the assignments will become available the moment the week starts, and so you can complete them at any moment in time. Don't rush through. I encourage you to be careful, to make sure that you understand the readings, you understand the material that's been covered in the lecture before taking any of the quizzes or tests. Make sure that if you have questions, that you're unsure about something, you contact me. I'm happy to give you feedback on any questions that you have about the material insofar as I can. Since we're doing an online course and since assignments are being completed over the course of an entire week, makeup exams and late assignments really aren't probably going to be much of an issue. But I followed the university policy that if you don't complete an assignment, you ask for an exception. That has to be based on the criterion in the university policy, so serious illness, life event, and so on. Since we're doing discussion assignments, I have posted the university's netiquette expectations just to remind you of the sorts of things that you need to be cognizant of in interacting with people in completing those sorts of assignments. I follow the university policy on cheating and plagiarism. So if I have any reason to suppose that you've been cheating on any of your assignments, then I will have to fail you for that assignment and report you. I have to fill out a form to the university as well. So I'll end this module by giving you a little fatherly advice, as it were, about how to approach the course. In general, I would encourage you to try and complete the readings as early in the week as possible, and to make sure that you think you have a strong understanding of the material. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to watch modules of the lectures as many times as you feel you need to. Philosophy can be dense. One of the most important aspects of philosophy is it isn't just information. You need to understand the relationships between the ideas. You need to be able to understand why it is that a philosopher holds a particular position, what sort of argument that they give, what are the strengths and the weaknesses of their positions. So it requires a significant amount of intellectual effort to understand the material. It's not simply a matter of brute memorization of information that's presented. So I really do encourage you to take advantage of all the resources, including all the extra credit assignments, to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to complete the assignments before the due time, and that insofar as you have any difficulties, just please contact me. I very much want to help you succeed in the class. And so if you don't tell me you have a problem, you have a question, and you don't ask it, I can't help you. But I'm happy to help you if you meet me halfway by telling me what you need.